am back. How are you doing? Hi, Wendy. This is your girl, Evelor Savior, and you are watching Angelic Life Talk with Evelor. And today I have an amazing guest for you guys. She's going to be talking to us about accepting the journey, because sometimes we have control issues. We want everything to happen now. But it's good to allow the universe to make things happen in divine timing. Right now, actually, I'm at the Holistic Bazaar in New York City at Reflections Yoga Studio, getting our wellness on. There's lots of amazing healers around, lots of food. So stick around. I'm gonna be right back with my amazing speaker. All right, guys, I see all the food and I'm also excited, so I'm trying to talk properly. But anyway, I'll be right back with the speaker. Oh, hi guys, I'm back. And oh my God, I have this amazing speaker. Her name is Sweta. Did I say it right?
That's right, it's Sweta.
Sweta, and listen guys, she is a speaker, self-expression expert. I need help with that. And she is the founder of the Make Your World Bigger movement. Welcome to Angelic Life Talk. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing awesome, and you definitely don't need any help with expression.
Thank you so much. So tell us more about how you help people accept the journey, because I mentioned that in the introduction. A lot of us, we have these control issues, and it's so funny because when I saw her today, one of my angel cards kind of like popped out of the deck, and I thought, let me see what the card says, and I pulled up the card and it says let go of control issues. So and I was like, whatever, angels. So, it's so amazing that you're here and you're going to talk to us about this.
Absolutely. Talk about universal signs, right?
Yes, that's amazing.
So, I want to talk about accepting the journey. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because if you're anything like me or Evelor, you're probably a control freak.
Trying not to be.
Right. And we work so hard to basically have things turn out the way that we want them to turn out. We have an expectation of how the journey should be. So for example, if we're at this awesome event here, we're at a holistic bazaar. There's a lot of healers, there are a lot of alternative therapists here, and it's not easy creating a business around your passion. So let's talk about that, for example. So if you're a coach, let's say, or if you're an energy healer, Reiki, massage, anything that's kind of out of the norm of society, you might feel that it's hard to make a living or to really make your mark on this world, that it's like an uphill journey. And it is difficult, it is challenging, but we kind of do this thing where we think that certain things have to happen. And there's this universal law called the law of least effort. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah, I know about the least resistance, the path of least resistance.
Okay, so it's very similar to that. And basically the law of least effort basically says it's all about trusting. So it's about trusting yourself and it's about trusting the universe. So I'm sure all of you have had those like inspirations, right? Where you get like this idea of something that you need to do. And it might be a little bit bold, and it might be like, well, I can't do that. Like, I'm not big enough to do that yet, or I don't have the money, or like, how is that going to happen? So we kind of talk ourselves out of it, and we do something a little bit more practical, all right? So just to give you an example, I'm a fairly new entrepreneur myself, and I had this inspiration to do a workshop in Peru. Okay, and I got it during like a meditation. I had visions of Machu Picchu, and I happened to be going to Peru for Christmas. My in-laws are from there, and the thought came up like I should do a workshop there. It was 2 weeks before Christmas.
Wow.
And like all logic was like, who's gonna come to Peru last minute and right before Christmas? So I was this close to talking myself out of it. I even actually entertained it, and then I was like going into the planning, like, oh, I gotta find a hotel, I gotta find a space, I gotta make the arrangements so that it could happen. So I started controlling the journey of it.
Wow.
And fortunately, I had a coach myself, and I ran this by my coach, and the answer was just do it. Just put it out there.
Like Nike, just do it.
Like, exactly, just do it. Like, don't worry about the details. Just put out a flyer to your list, to your community, to my email list. Say, I'm thinking about doing this workshop in Peru. You know, this is what you're gonna get. Are you interested?
But I did get that email too, and I was thinking about, I was like, oh, interesting. But for me at that time, it was kind of like last minute. But
Of course. But guess what? I had somebody come.
Nice.
Yeah, so I had a VIP client come, and it was the most amazing transformational experience for her and for me. But there was a lot of fear for both of us. You know, like I was scared to do it, and she was scared to come because the thing, she had no money. Like she's a student. She wasn't really in a very safe situation to do something like this, but her heart told her to do it. And she just trusted. And what happened was really, really cool because, see, I have this theory that when you take that first step, then you talk about the angels know to come and help you. But when we actually don't take action, because what most of us do is that we create a problem at step number 10 before taking step number 1, right?
That's cute.
So if you actually take step number 1, and that could just be saying something out loud. It could be just writing it down. Then the angels know, oh, okay, you want to do this, then I'm going to come in and help you. But if it's all up in here and you're trying to figure out how it's going to happen, then you can't have, those miracles don't happen.
Absolutely. And yeah, and I truly believe in miracles because I'm a child of miracles. I wasn't even supposed to be born, you know, but that's another story, guys. But anyway, that is so interesting. I'm like processing everything. You talked about how, you know, we create problems at step 10 instead of just take step 1 and then see where that leads us. And sometimes when the angels come in, we just bypass that problem altogether. So it's like there wasn't even a need to worry. Right.
So the law of least effort basically talks about just put the intention out there of what you want. So when you get inspired by something, take inspired action. So inspired action means that it's like something that came like it felt really good, like it was a dream you had, may seem really unreachable, really impossible, but it just makes you feel so good. And you just like put it out there. Like I said, it could just be saying it out loud or writing it.
In like a specific way to set up the intention?
Okay, so to give you I'm going to give you another example. I work best with examples. One of my dreams is to write a book. Okay, and I mean, there's a lot of people who have that dream, but you know when something's like such a deep dream, like you don't want to share it, you know? So that was kind of like my thing where I was like, you know, I could take people around the world, but like I blog regularly. I write all the time, but like writing a book, there was just something about that, you know, where it was hard for me to actually express it or really say it out loud or manifest it. And I had a dream. I had a dream about the book. And I just knew like that was spirit, that was my heart talking to me, and it had my mom in it, so it was very symbolic. And I knew the next day what I had to do was actually just say it out loud, you know, and which is something I normally wouldn't do. It would just be like my own little secret. So I told my husband, and I said like, you know, and that's like a small, you know, your husband's not a big deal. But again, when it's something so sacred, we sometimes don't share it with anybody. And I said to my husband, I want to write this book, and this is a topic, and I came up with a title, and he was like, okay. I kid you not. That day I went to daycare to go pick up my son, and I was talking to one of the mothers who I see every day. We never talk like about work. We just, you know, talk. And she's like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm an inspirational blogger, I'm a speaker, etc. And I said, what about you? She said, I'm a publisher.
Oh, wow.
and it just came out of my mouth. I'm gonna write a book. It just like came out. And she was like, you know, we have one other department in my company, and the genre is mind, body, spirit.
Wow.
We talk about signs, right?
Wow.
And there's just so many, but I still resisted it. And then all these like crazy, every time I resist it, then something happens, like a song comes on the radio with the exact title of my book. it's just like all these little whispers start to happen, and it goes against logic of
Yep,
you know.
the angelic life talk, right?
Exactly. So,
Wow.
and so you just have to trust the journey. So when it comes back to what I was saying, like I'm a doer, I'm an overachiever, and I constantly need to be in action. I'm like, if I'm not working, then I'm not like earning my keep in a way, you know? But when it came to creating my business, and I'm sure you could probably relate to this, is that anytime I really wanted something, it came effortless. You know, like when I wanted to do a workshop, like I went to the seminar and I was like, all right, I'm going to go and pitch my workshop. And I showed up at where I met you, and it was like instantly, he was like, oh, do you want to do a workshop here? And it was so like effortless. But I had to make it hard. I made it hard afterwards. I mean, that's another story. But so what I really want to say to you is that it's just effortless. When you really want something, you just put the intention out there, take that one baby step, say it to someone, write it down, and then let go. That is the hardest part, is to let go. Don't do anything else and let it come to you.
Kind of like sit and receive.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Thank you so much. I'm like, this is like so deep right now. I'm just like processing. I'm like, okay, taking it in. So how can people connect with you?
Okay, so I have a website. It's drsweta.com. So it's www.drsweta.com. You can also find me on Facebook under Dr. Sweta. And please sign up for my email list, where I send out blogs every week, and you've checked them out. I also do free consultations, and so feel free to email me. You'll find that the information on my website is drsweta@drsweta.com. And if you just want to have a consultation, I'd be happy to do that with you.
Wow. Thank you. Oh my God.
Sure.
Jump on the website, drsweta.com, and you're watching Angelic Talk with Evelor. And I'm going to get some food because I'm hungry. Are you hungry?
I already ate. I had some of the food. It's awesome.
Okay, well, I'm going to get some chocolate. All right, guys. I'll be right back. Stay tuned. That was nice.